Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Entertainment Daily lovers. Yes, I've been missing out in action for a bit. Y'all can still tell from my voice. But yes. Slowly, we will get back into doing this more live streams and videos by the grace of God. So, okay, a lot has been happening. Like I said, if you don't catch us here on YouTube, catch us on Facebook, okay? Because I'm dropping a lot of posts and write-ups and all of that where I don't have to talk because right now I really can't talk so much. But anyways, let us get right into this Korra Obidi's interview with 154 African podcast. Y'all know 154. You know them. You know them. Yes. So Korra did this interview a while ago. Remember, she posted videos, reels, and photos of herself and her daughters, where she was like, "Oh yeah, taking her daughters to work, feel different and things like that." And then the haters popped up even before this interview dropped. They popped up. Oh, they were like, the interview was a mess. Then they've not even dropped it, so they just dropped this yesterday. Okay. I listened to it. So I said, let's come in here and do this. It's 2 hours. But I know that some people will always be dragging their foots and like, okay, I don't know if it will be what my I'm telling you, every single second of these 2 hours, you will not regret it. Okay. I am assuring you that. So, what we're going to do is we're going to listen together, okay? While I sip my morning tea, you grab yours. I know most of you are sleeping. Most of you wake up to catch up with this. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe and let's listen together. I'll give you just a little bit. The rest of it, you have to go to 154 Africa. That's their channel name here, all across all everywhere. Everywhere you can get your podcast, you can find them. Okay, they're very popular. So 154 Africa, you can find them here on YouTube. It's 2 hours. I'm not running all of that, but I want us to just, listen a little bit so you know that yes, your 2 hours will not be wasted. You understand? And here, I will check these things out before I bring them here. So yes, and trust Korra. It was a lot of joking and talking about important stuffs in between and everything. So it's nice. Do you understand? So we will actually go and start from the beginning. Okay, so let's start. Give me a second. Let me just take this back because I was still listening to it. So I'll just pardon the background noises. So let's go to the beginning. Come on. Open this up, open it up, open it up. Let me take it to the beginning. Like I told you, I was watching this. Okay, let's do it. It's a vibe. Uh-oh. Okay, so yes, there are.
Episode of 154. Today's guest is prominent, multi-talented Nigerian singer, songwriter, award-winning international professional dancer, and global performer. She's known as the singing, dancing princess from the motherland. She's a Nollywood star, content creator, recording artist, author, businesswoman, model, musician, and a proud mother. You've seen her on So You Think You Can Dance at 8 months pregnant. Please welcome the unstoppable Korra obidi.
Baby. Oh boy. You know, your own is your own. Seriously. No matter what. Did you all notice how people would just avoid to give Korra Obidi her right title? It's not easy. If you've not been in the entertainment industry, you don't get it. You will never ever understand it. This is a woman that has worked so hard to put herself in the position where, but yet, because of the hate coming from her ex-husband, people want to call her only an influencer. I love how Godfrey and what's the other guy's name? How they introduced Korra, like the exactly what, like, she's multi-talented woman, and she's doing good in all aspect of what she has chosen to do. So shout out to 154 Africa podcast. Like, y'all nailed it. You all nailed it. At the end of the day, your people will still be the people to hold you up. I'm telling you, okay? Proper intro. Let's go.
What did that feel like to hear all that? A lot of adjectives.
Right now. My head is about to explode.
Okay, hold on. Let's look at that. You know, we always like to celebrate, and we like to start off. We have a chin chin here. We have palm wine.
Chin chin. He said,
what you know about them?
yo, these guys, they've been away from home for so long that their accent is no longer giving. And the funny part is, Godfrey is very good with, making different type of accents, which you would see here. He would do the Donald Trump accent, he would do the Indian accent and things like that. But yo, are you serious? The way he said the chin chin, like, you're not giving that chin chin the way they will say it in Niger. Godfrey, go practice how to say that in chin chin.
I drunk this not lactate.
Okay, so we allow the advert to play while I take down the volume, and off we go. Okay, let's go. Let's put it back on.
Just one call.
Like once ever, and then or always.
This is one thing that I believe a lot of people do not know, that yes, in places like Nigeria, I don't know if it's all over Africa, but at least for Nigeria, yes, some women take palm wine, that palm wine, that drink that a lot of people don't know about it. You understand? Yes, they drink it when they are breastfeeding. Some people do, some people don't, because yes, it has this in it, but yes, it's very good, and it helps to somehow, it's believed that it helps to bring out a whole lot of breast milk and all of that.
In the morning.
Once in the morning? Does this help you to lactate?
Yes.
You talk about breastfeeding?
Yes.
What?
Keep a lot of milk. It just keeps gushing out.
Whoa, really? Okay.
Something about palm wine. Yes, ask any African, they would tell me.
Oh. Hey, we might have to look. We might have to look that up.
Lactation.
Please, no lactating right now.
No lactating. This is for enjoyment purposes.
Enjoyment purposes. The body knows. The body knows. Right on.
If we were on pure land, I would have poured some in the soil for the ancestors.
Yes, libations. Here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers to a good time. Cheers to a good time. There you go. Cheers. Cheers. All right. Well, I got to drink it for. I got to taste some. I want to know. It's
giving industrial palm wine.
Yes. It's been shipped a little weird. It's been shipped a little weird. They're messing with the ingredients. So who messed with the ingredients on that one? It mixed in with the Guinness. It will hit different. What did you say? We just slap your mouth. We will manage. I might actually have to do this as a little chaser here. I might have to do it like a little. Hold on, you gonna try one of these? Yeah.
I've been on there backstage.
Yeah.
I've been on this.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, there's a different shapes. Yeah, and this one's cinnamon. This got the cinnamon. You gotta get used to the shake. Right. You gotta crunch on the twist part. You gotta have a strong bite force. You gotta close. This is how you do it. Yeah.
It's for the African people.
That's all right.
It's for the African people.
We're gonna ask your full name. Because you got the Korra, obidi. What's the full short version name?
My full name is a 13-letter name. And it's not for the weak.
It's not for the weak.
So that's why I just gave the word Korra so that it can breathe. You know what I mean? But my original first name, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Somebody get a pen. All right.
Chukwufunanya.
Chukwufunanya.
Very good.
Chukwufunanya. No, he messed it up the second time.
Second time he messed it up.
Chukwufunanya. My middle name is Chukumwawa.
Did you all hear what Godfrey said? Yo, what is that? It doesn't even sound. What did he say his own name was? Ah, man, when you've been away from home for so long, you start that's one thing. When we said it's like the Niger accent, if you're not, you in fact, even the children that were born outside that they didn't speak a lot of their language or pidgin and things like that, they can't even get the accent very well. Details. Oh, dogs. So they can't even pardon me. Okay, so they can't even get the accent very well. She said Chuku from Naya. He's trying to say his own Chuku something, but it's not that one is not entering.
What are you?
Oh, your name is Chukuma.
Oh, you see, so you see now. Look at how Korra said it. Chukuma. Korra could just easily say it. Godfrey, Godfrey. What's it be that way they speak? Godfrey, what's it be that way they speak? Go back, go back, go back. Go to shop your accent. Go to shop your Niger accent. And if you shout, really, this interview was just fun from the beginning through to the end. Y'all know that I have to pause and do this and also talk in between because this video is on YouTube. You can find it on their channel 154 Africa. So if you're reacting to anybody's content, you have to make the difference, and like there has to be commentary and things like that. I know some persons, I see those comments where people be like, "Yeah, you're talking over." In videos where I cannot pause, yes, I have to talk over because there has to be some kind of commentary, and it has to be different from the original content. So that's why. So let's go. Let me grab my cup of tea.
So that's 13 in your first name.
13 letters.
Letters. And then is there any more or?
That's it. Because
he was gonna battle you. No. My last name has 12. So if your first name has 13,
what's your last name?
Bajabiamila.
Bajabiamila. It's Yoruba.
Yeah,
oh my God. Do you know your people are very educated?
Yes.
A lot of professors.
I think all Nigerians pretty much.
Also, the other one is also Yoruba, and look at how he said the name. Well, people are there. Look at I'm going to go back on the accent again. I love fish out. This accent, they're very important. It's very important. Okay. See, I sit and talk the Bajabila. Bajabila, be waiting the color. Yoruba name they had like say tomorrow day. You know, even talk like say that Yoruba they mean the concept. Now when Korra they call the name, they go to hear the name very well. Let's go. This interview was just the blast. It was fun, informative, and
doctors, and there's a school too at one point started by some Bajabiamilas as well. Yeah,
I think there's someone in your family that was in politics.
Yeah, still the house was the house speaker in Nigeria, Femi Bajabiamila.
Yeah,
and now he's the why am I forgetting the title? President. No, not president. Chief of staff. Chief of staff. Yes, chief of staff.
Because I know the last name.
It was the drink.
It's like, what is it called? You don't know how crazy it is that you say your last name and I know I know this name, I know this family.
Yeah. There's a very big
Obidi, yes.
Yeah.
Delta Igbo.
Delta, okay, cool. Yeah, and I didn't actually know that there was a difference between, and she was like, "Oh yeah, there was a there's a difference between so you grew up in Nigeria. What was that like growing up in Nigeria?
I grew up in Lagos.
Oh, wild. Okay. So you grew up around. That's how you know the Yoruba names.
Yes, I grew up with a lot of Yoruba friends.
Okay, and so you went to primary school?
Day secondary school, military.
A military school? What? Wait, why a military school?
They have the best education, and you have soldiers teaching you English. So
they beat you a lot. Whoa.
Yes.
You know, there's a lot of whoopings.
How
many whippings did you get? If
you can count, you didn't go to school. If you can count it, you didn't go to school. I got 68 whippings. I got 68 a day.
68 a day. Did you ever get?
Sometimes they spread us out in the sun with our backs. And pour the water so that when they flog you, it can enter.
Yes. You know what? And
because you get hardened.
He thought my dad was like, because when we did something really, really bad, right, my dad would have us go wash our hands to get it really nice and soft.
Wet.
Yeah, nice and wet. And that. That's
give me a high. Give me a high. You will never do it again.
Yeah, you won't.
12
and 12. Each of you, me and my brother.
You never do it again.
Yes. How did you like the Nigerian schooling system?
Okay, so that was.
I think that it's perfect.
Yeah.
Aside from now it's, no one beats anymore because, people are like, oh, don't touch the child.
Oh, that spread over to Nigeria?
It spread.
But really, these two, when last did you people go to Nigeria? this 150, because I don't remember the other guys, and I just know that he's Bajabiamila, and I would prefer to use his first name, not his last name, because I don't want to murder that Yoruba name. Yoruba people don't cry for me. Oh shit. So when last did these two visit home that they don't realize that schools don't flog anymore? In those days, what? Say what? No, they'd just be bouncing to school and you'll be looking at them like, hold on. Are you just walking like, before you have to be there early, your hair, your clothes, everything is checked. If anything is just not the way they expect it to be, you'll be flogged. So it's different now.
Oh, I didn't know that. White women got over there. They're like, stop
that. The more notable schools now, they don't do corporal punishments anymore.
Really? Oh, I didn't realize Nigeria had become more beat down. Like that.
It's become, parents are like, don't you dare touch my child.
What? Really?
Unlike before, yes.
Oh, I mean, because I was of an era where it was like, oh yeah, go ahead, you can beat them too. Oh yeah, no doubt. Oh sure. Go ahead. Oh yeah. Everybody gets. In fact, everybody gets. There was a system.
If you're just coming in, you are welcome. We're here to react to the interview Korra did with 154 African podcast. And it is interesting. If you all know, even before this dropped, immediately Korra talked about she going for this thing and posted a little bit of clips here and there. The negative people just hopped in and started, oh, it was boring. It was a joke. It was this. Korra is not happy. This, that. So, just to kind of water down on anything that Korra is doing. So what we're actually doing here is I want y'all to listen a little bit. You will see how fun, entertaining, educative their session was, okay? Your 2 hours will not be wasted. I'm not going to run the whole 2 hours here, so I will just run a little bit here so you will go to 154 Africa. That's their name. They're on Facebook, wherever you watch or listen to your podcast, you'll find them. The full video is here on their YouTube channel also. Okay, we're just here to react to, and I want y'all to just listen and know what you're going to be getting from the beginning to the end. Everything is just a blast. So if you're just coming in, please like the live stream. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Subscription here on YouTube is free. Okay, it's just for you to be notified anytime we're live and if we're having these conversations that you love to listen to. Okay, so let's proceed.
It's an ass whooping. I remember one time being on the other side where I had to be like, because my brother did something really bad, and my dad said, you know what? Everybody's going to take their turns and giving lashes. And I felt so bad. I was like, no, I don't want to hit my brother. You know what I mean? So it was that kind of like, so I was an assistant at one point. Do you feel like the Nigerian school system like prepared you for the world and for kind of where you are today?
Not just the school system, the entire country, the society. Prepares you for the worst, the apocalypse. The society prepares you for when zombies drop down on Earth. And the society prepares you.
Yeah, there's a certain energy you have. I get a feeling you were the popular kid in school.
No, I was not. No.
Really?
I was a weirdo, and I also was the top of my class. I graduated the best art student. I was not the popular kid.
Really? So who's the popular kid in Nigeria? I know, like, because for me growing up here in the States, I know what the kind of the characteristic to be the popular kid is. It the kind of the same thing?
No, the popular kid is always never rich. Unlike here, where it's like, hey, the popular kid is always never rich. Usually very, very humble home. Very fluid with like rich and poor. Can speak broken English fluently. How you did now your side? You know you know, like that. Just a fluid, natural, charismatic person will be the most popular. Oh. But usually they don't quite translate into the real world, you know, because in school it's a different type of characteristic that makes you popular. But when you're in the real world, it's cutthroat. You can't even be that nice. Oh, so because that would just backfire into the Nigerian into success. World. Yes, it doesn't translate into success. Because you have to be a go getter. You gotta be ready to, you know, maneuver. Yeah, as it were. I want to know about your parents. What were your parents like growing up? My mom.
I'll tell you one thing I noticed about Korra, and I when I was talking to someone, you know, because I react to this. So sometimes, you know, you get private DMs and people just ask you some question. What do you think about this? But you talk so much about Korra. And I'm like, from what I see, you know, if you're someone that can read people from their, mostly when in these settings, people tend to judge Korra when she's creating her content. You have to understand that you are someone that is working in the entertainment industry. You're able to put different characters. Okay, it's like an actor. Depending on what the script, today they might want you to be a holier than that kind of person, or a pastor or something. The next day they want you to play the villain. You have to be able to fit into character, and that's what I noticed with Korra. So if you're judging Korra from Korra's contents, you're really missing a lot. Watch her when she's doing, which she doesn't do so much on her this thing. So it's better for people. I tell people, they want to understand Korra, listen to when she's being interviewed somewhere and all of that. Korra is smart. That's one thing I noticed first. I don't know much about her. Listen, even some of the things she said here, I'm hearing them for the first time. But you will know that Korra is a smart kid, and it goes to show you why her ex is really pissed off, and why he's doing everything to make people to see her as this silly, stupid person that he tried to save her life. Do you understand? So he gets all the credit. He is highly intimidated by how bold, how strong, how smart, how intelligent Korra is. He can't compare. And that's the same thing with the people that support him online. Because when you hear them, the bashing, the insult, the everything, the kind of things they would say that doesn't stick, and you can tell that they're saying it, you're like, this is not it. So when you hear Korra talk, you will really know that this woman is smart. This is a woman that was raised in a home, not bullshit where parents are not paying attention to their kids, and you know. So let me just allow you listen. I just wanted to point this out, you know, based on what they're talking about. I'll just be throwing one or two. Now, I talked about the question that I was asked. I was asked about Korra dressing up. And I said, Korra is not going to dress up until she's even a grandma. She will still be doing her skippy thing and all of that. You know, I had to explain these things. And I was asking like, why do you feel so? And I was able to explain these things. And during this interview, most of you will get to understand. I didn't even know that Korra was a child from the Deeper Life Church. People that attend Deeper Life Church, you know, you understand. Not only Deeper Life, some of these churches, it is something else. But the Deeper Life, as in Nigeria, if you are, you know Deeper Life. In fact, you use them as example in Nigeria. If somebody is dressed, you know, somehow you're like, why are you dressed like a Deeper Life member, church member today? Do you understand? So hearing Korra talk about the fact that she grew up in that home where that's the church they attended and everything, it makes all sense that Korra never wears clothes and Korra is jumping around the way she does. Okay? People don't understand what it means when somebody really just want to be them, but then something is forced down your throat. It's not by your choice. You're born into a family that you have to lead certain lifestyle. So let's listen, and I believe this will help a whole lot of people to understand. And also, when people were talking about this whole Korra doesn't wear clothes, Korra is always exposing herself, and I said, if you are, I'm not going to speak for other people, okay? But if you are an African and the first thing that comes out of your mouth when you criticize Korra is, oh, she doesn't dress properly, she doesn't cover herself. You are a hypocrite. That's just who you are. Because if we're talking about our culture, our tradition, we don't have any outfit that completely covers us. Okay? Everything is skimpy and almost, you know. We also have traditions where when you're getting married, you're put in a room where you're fed, okay? You don't do anything. You just sit down, you eat and eat and eat. They feed you so much so you grow big and fat and everything to gain flesh and add, in the right places. And when we dress up traditionally to come out, suit is not our traditional outfit. So I don't see why people complain. And a good example, like I've always given, it's South Africa, because South Africa still do that. When they dance, you see the women, they throw the breast outside. Nothing covers the boobs. And when they do that, the step, the southern part of Africa, that's mostly with the stepping and kicking up and jumping, and that's animal skin. Animal skin is something that Africans wore a lot. So that animal skin that they just used to that barely covers anything, when they jump and raise and kick the leg, it's there. And even the men, it was just small thing covering the manhood, the cucumber in front, and the back was also bare. There's a lot of all these paintings and all of that we used to do. So if somebody decides to still stick to, the roots, nobody should be judging. You want to wear your suit in peace. Somebody else doesn't want to wear clothes, leave them alone. So I feel like people that are judging her based on how she dresses and they are Africans, they're just hypocrites. Even if you're not, because at the end of the day, when the world started, it didn't start with suits and coats and all these things. So if you're good, you love wearing suits and coats, go ahead, do you. Let people live. Let people live. Nobody's perfect. That you're dressing perfect. There's something you're doing behind the scene that you cannot come out and and if it's exposed, everybody like, oh my goodness, this one that dresses like this one that goes to church. You never know. So everybody have their own 50 shades of gray. So people should let her be.
Mom was a military sergeant.
Oh my
soldier. My father was the lover. He'll come home with gifts. All I saw my father in my entire childhood was probably 24 hours in a month.
So this is actually double wahala. If you are a Nigerian or African, you understand what Korra just said. Her mom was an army sergeant. So it means if in fact, you don't want to know. Other countries, I don't know how they do it, but if you're born into a military family in Africa, trust me, your upbringing, your everything is totally different. I'm telling you, everything is totally different. So not only the church, her mom being an army sergeant also shows that she was from a home that was really, a lot of things was restricted based on strict training. And now she has opportunity to jump and dance, and you people think she will listen to you. Forget it.
Because he had to work. He had 4 kids. He worked so far away from home, so he'll be up at 5 a.m. to go to work and back at 10 p.m. So we'll wait for him, but sometimes we'll fall asleep waiting for him, and
Wow. Was that normal? Is that a thing that's frowned upon in the Nigerian society? Because in the States, and this is something that I hear from a lot of my friends, is that for the guys who are out there who are go-getters, and sometimes they have to sacrifice the time that they spend at home, but they're often, kind of drilled like, oh, you don't spend enough time, or
that doesn't
work
exist.
Is more important than that doesn't exist. My problem is the same. Wake up real early, come back really late.
It doesn't exist in because it's something about they're very old school in Nigeria. The roles are still very ancient compared to America. Like a man is a man; he should go out.
Right.
If you're at home with your wife cooking, are you a woman rapper? Is what they'll call you.
Yeah.
Are you a woman rapper? What is wrong with you? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you a damn Maria Just? Maybe you need to put lip gloss. Be like, no.
The insults are flying.
It is what it is. Like, go out.
Well, that's interesting because I've often wondered that in the difference, because there are a lot of men who carry in America this natural guilt of I'm working hard and trying to split time between, how much time can you spend at work versus how much time can you spend at home? And if you spend too much time at work, You know what I mean? That's it's almost like a knock, or at least a guilt or a burden.
That is not something that exists in Nigeria. If your father is working hard and he comes home, he should have a nice hot meal, and we should make him happy and smile, even if he's tired. We can tell that he's trying for us to level up in this life. It's not going out to just, So we're like, my father had 3 girls. So when he comes back, he always has a nice hot meal, and he has girls to cater to him. One is ironing his shirt, another one is, this is the way that it was.
Did you ever miss him? Did you ever feel?
Of course. And when he came back,
talking about men are just, free to go out and, stay out late and things like that. Korra is very correct. Nigeria, or say Africa in general, is totally different from the rest of the world, where people or family members might make a fuss if the father of the house is not there. But normally, you can, even as a kid, you can't even complain, because if you try to complain, your mom will tell you he's out there working for the family. He's out there. You should be grateful that your dad, your father, is out there working hard. So you just grow up knowing that a man is supposed to be out there working, hustling very hard to, make sure that his family is okay, protecting his family, providing for his family, while the mom, the woman, holds the family down. So everybody, it's almost like it is a non-verbal thing where everybody knows what they're supposed to do, and the kids also have to help to make the house run. Like help with chores, and you just know what to do. Nobody's complaining. You wake up in the morning, who's fetching water, who is sweeping the yard, who's helping mom in the kitchen to cook. If you have grown-up ones, then they have to also cook sometimes. Mom would maybe do something else. If it's a mom that goes to work, if the one that goes to the farm, if the one that owns a business, so from a very young age, every structure, everything is laid out, and everybody knows their place. And I think that also helps us as an Africans, that we can actually go out there. Wherever you put an African woman or man, they would succeed. Wherever in this planet you leave them, even in the middle of the forest, they know how to hustle themselves and keep themselves going. And I think it is a good thing.
He always came back with fruits, apples, fruits that wouldn't grow in Nigeria, exotic ones that they had to buy at the wharf, where they import them. Yeah. So he'll buy the apples, he always come with a bag of something. Oh. And we're all just like, Daddy, welcome, Daddy. Oh, yo, Dad, we say, oh, yo, he's welcome. Yeah. This is how it is. Nobody wants to spend time outside of their family. They just want to chill with their family. So if they have to, it's because they want their family to level up.
Yeah, to level up. Yeah, which is important. Mm-hmm. I saw one time where you said, I always watch other children playing from the windows and wished I was in their shoes.
Please, where is this place? Why are people always asking me this?
Because they made me think of Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was like that. He used to look at me like that. He couldn't go out because he had to go dance class. I was like, what was you doing when you couldn't go outside?
I was learning German or whatever in my house. My mother didn't let us go outside to play. I told you my mother was a drill sergeant.
That's a lot. So, like, you had to fold your clothes with, like, crisp edges and stuff?
This that Korra just said, I can actually relate to it also. Growing up, and some of these things that our parents did, you will not understand it then. You have this resentment, then you're very upset. Other kids can play, they can go out, they can do this, they can do that. But living in a foreign land as I am right now, very far away, like I'm in Europe, if you're just watching, and I'm able to, people ask, you've been how many, you don't have friends, you don't, we hardly see you going out, you don't this, you don't that. How are you surviving your mental health? I'm like, nothing happened to my mental health. Why? I'm okay. Growing up, parents will always want you to study, stay home. You're not really a lot. Some kids had it different. But you see, for those of us that were really told to stay home, study, help around, or just stay there, like even if you don't have anything to do, just stay home. What are you doing out there? It really helps, because you never know where you'll be tomorrow, and people are struggling. People are struggling. I remember that this lady, because living in this country that I'm in, and the islands are very quiet. So really, it can mess with your mental health. And I'm telling you, you can just go gaga. So there's this lady, she's also a European, but from a different country. She was like, "How do you even cope during winter time in this place? I can't. It's so quiet. There is nothing to do. Oh my goodness! If I spend one winter here, I'm gonna go crazy." She's actually she's a Caucasian, okay, of a different race from me. So most of the things that our parents did, I'm just relating to what Korra just said. Most of what our parents did when we were growing up really helped us in our life right now as an adults, having our own families. And there are just things that you would not nobody knows tomorrow, nobody knows what will happen in the future. I think that's why our parents, most of them, just made sure that they try to put in a lot, teach you a lot. So when you're out there, maybe they've joined their ancestors. For example, Korra's mom sadly, passed, I think, from cancer, as you will hear her say later on. But the mom did her best to instill what has kept them going. And you can see them all doing very well. And she's proud wherever she is now.
Your bed.
But now you need to look at my closet. It's like World War II in there. So I'm wondering why she did all that. Because she didn't translate.
I don't know how. I love the messy. My father had the best descriptions for messy rooms. My father said, "Did you see your room? Looks like horse's stable." Yo, and you go, "It does look like a horse." And the best one is like, "Clean your room. It looks like battlefield." And I go, "It does look."
And she said World War II.
World War II. Only the great description.
Oh, that is the most. That's a.
Nigerians are
over the top. That's over the top.
Make this saying that you need to clean it up. It looks like Babylon.
But of course, that's if it's not Niger, it's not Niger. If you're not a Nigerian, you're not a Nigerian. You can fake it. You can, you understand. So of course, the over the top it's the normal thing for a Nigerian, and I think that really helps Nigerians because wherever they go, they will succeed. Nigeria, they carry last. Anywhere a Nigerian is placed in the world, they will succeed. That's why most times you see these things where people are screaming, like now you see what's happening in South Africa. They're screaming, "You gotta go, you gotta go." Some people just know how to hustle. Some people just know how to, create something out of nothing. And that's Nigerians for you. I'm telling you, proud Nigeria any day, anytime. I know fish out.
We always in our culture we have all of these cool sayings. Like, is there a Nigerian proverb that like sticks out to you? Something that maybe your mother or your father used to say?
My mother used to say "Ayage Luluane," but it's not in English.
What is that?
It means your eyes are in the clouds, so you cannot see what is happening around you.
Nigeria.
Basically, your head is in the clouds.
Oh, yeah.
Calm down, be present. Because I was always daydreaming.
Oh, so you must say that to your kids now.
No, I don't.
With all
it made me feel bad, so I never say it to my kids. There are many things. I'm kind of like a hybrid because I don't really fit into the narrative of what a Nigerian woman should be, but I know of every ethnic and cultural norm. Yeah. But I choose and select what I want to incorporate in my life as a free woman now in Los Angeles. Yeah. So I know of everything, but I don't want to do that.
Okay, I know you're different because I'm always amazed at the little nose joint that's not falling off. Because I call that spiritual equipment. Spiritual. Whenever I see Baduism,
I've never said.
No, whatever.
You call it Baduism?
No, because you know how Erica can.
Erica.
She has ornaments and stuff.
It's not Baduism. It's just spirituality.
But I know there's India does it. But anytime I see women with that, I kind of go, "Oh no." She might just like out spirituality me.
She might
say, "Brother, you don't understand."
Yes, you don't.
I'm not from this world.
But you don't.
I'm not from this world. It sounds like Terrence Howard. I'm not from this world. I'm a different type of person.
No, I'm from this world. I'm very realistic with that part.
It bothers me. That nose ring, it bothers you like my Terrence Howard.
The Terrence Howard's pretty good.
My Terrence Howard. I feel light skin as I'm talking. I feel like my skin's getting light. Listen, as a dark skinned man, I found light skin. nose ring, I feel like a booger is going to pop out. I mean, it looks like a nose drain.
Where is something? You don't shower with it.
Draining the sinuses.
It's draining the sinuses. How often do you have to take that contraption on?
Oh, every night.
Contraption?
How long does it take that contraption?
Okay, so again, I know that what they're talking about here, laughing, I know this will actually fly past the head of a lot of people that are not Nigerians or even African. And I'm saying Nigerian because some things that are applicable to us is not applicable to, it depends on what part you're coming from. For example, people that are from like Tanzania, all of that, you see them when they dress, sometimes they dress like, it depends on the history. We're not getting into history, but yeah, as a Nigerian, you see that nose piercing. First of all, when you're born, except religious, which Korra would also will talk about further down in this interview. Except you're born into certain churches, then they don't pierce their ears, they don't do all of that. Or else, kids, if you're a female child, from when you're little, like few months old to a year old, they've pierced your ears already. So you're wearing that earring, and that's the one hole in your ears that you grow up with. So sometimes people grow up and in their teenage age and they want to pierce a second one and have like 2 earrings and that's like, you're a bad girl once you do that piercing. So it depends on the level of what you're doing. So then going over to now piercing the nose, when you pierce the nose, that means you're oh my goodness, that one is totally spoiled. Like you're gone, you prostitute, they look at you with this kind of, she's wild. Let me just put it that way. So that's what they're kind of talking about. So I'm just going to explain some of the things that if you're not a Nigerian, you might not really understand what they are saying and why they laugh so much.
I don't know what it's called. It's called a spiritual flipping. Contraction. Yo, that contraption up.
I don't know what to call it.
What is that?
What is it called?
Contraption. What is it called?
It's just a nose to earring. It's
nose
to earring.
Oh, no, sir.
And is it a magnet?
Connected by a...
Right, the chain. But is it?
Yes, the chain.
Is there anything deep about it?
For me,
cool.
the first time I was on stage, my teacher, my Guruji, she just put it on me, and I don't know, something just like...
Guruji, she's from India?
Yeah, she was Indian. I learned Indian classical Odyssey.
The Murdu and I know. See,
okay, yeah, okay.
I know how to do it.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Is this real? I don't know.
It's real. The Murdu is like the dance that they do. They do with the feet.
No, honestly, I'm so sorry. I know we're interviewing you. How do you know all this stuff? What?
First you have to open your mind. You have to open your mind. See, you're very sort of in the little board.
So now they're going to talk about, they're talking about the nose ring that Korra would wear, and you know that this one that connects from the nose to the, to the ears, the Indians wear that a lot. And I feel like that's also one gift that they give a lot when I know my dad worked with a lot of in those days. In Nigeria, I worked with a lot of Indians, so that's like one of the gifts too. That earlier one could see, that their type of chains they wear, the one for the hand, the nose, the face, the one you put in the head, and all of that in the outfit. So Korra is going to talk about the dancing and all of that.
You need to open your mind.
Open your mind. And you look shukriya.
You open your third eye.
Your third eye. You have to understand. Look at your head perfect. With all information. But you don't
cancel us for
my accent is perfect. My accent, I'm telling you. You have to open your mind. That's his.
I don't know. Were these real?
Because there's different ways they dance.
Different poses.
Even when you see the
gods,
you see the Hindu gods. They're all in those. They're in a lot of those. Positions.
You look like you're throwing a band sign.
This is the drum.
You don't know about the Indian Crips?
There are no Indian Crips. You know, I grew up around a lot of Crips. I ain't never seen an Indian Crip. I ain't never seen that one. The Indian Crip walk. Okay. No, shout out to India. No disrespect.
We love India.
Yes. You seem to like just kind of like, you know, listening to you, you like to do things a little different. Would you consider yourself a rebel?
Absolutely.
Why?
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Why?
Because a rebel is someone who is vilified every single day for decisions that they make in their day-to-day life, which is me.
Oh, so like, yeah. Like,
I mean, the fact that I even have this, I'm already an Ashewo Obanje winch.
Oshewo Obanje. What is that? You know, Nigerians, anything you do, there's always a rebel. Because I remember getting ears pierced. Oh, yeah. My brother did it first. And I go, dude, how did you do that? He goes, you know what I do? I got my first one ear pierced, and then I talked to dad like this, with the ear like this way. So I would go, yo, dad, what's up? You know? And then when that heals up, then I'll get the other one pierced and talk to my father the other way. And then when we got it, I remember my father called us. He goes, what is this earring you are wearing? I said, you are a woman.
Yeah, you be like a woman.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was like rebellious to my dad.
Why are you gay?
Remember that? You remember that dude is so famous now.
Really, if you're not an African, you don't get it. Yo, this was really, oh my goodness. You know, a whole lot of us can really relate to this because that's how dramatic parents can be. You know, that's how dramatic. You see the piercing, an African home, they don't play. In fact, Nigeria, let me not just say in Africa because it's massive. In a Nigerian home, they don't play with piercing. If you just pierce, like the boys, you want to go and wear earrings. Yeah. Some of the parents will even throw themselves on the floor and start crying. Oh my God, where did I go wrong? God, why are you punishing me with this kind of evil child? Like you just, the drama is always top notch, you know. So, or something else I also noticed is when Korra said Asheo and Ogbanje, I think it actually flew past one of them's head. Like he doesn't even really get it. He was trying to ask Korra to explain, but then the other one now said something else. So I don't know if she would explain that, but maybe later on they will tell him what Obanje means.
Why are you gay? You know what's so crazy?
I'm gay.
You know he's Nigerian, right? No, he's not Nigerian. I don't know
what country.
That guy is not Nigerian.
Exactly.
Ghana
I don't think it's Western Africa. It might be maybe South. I don't know where, but he's famous now. I actually did something similar to that because I called it a quarter life crisis. You know, playing in the NFL, I'm feeling myself a little bit. You know, I'm thinking I'm cool. And I was like, I turned 25 and I said, you know what? I'm going to do something different. I'm going to get my ears pierced, right? Got it pierced. Yeah. I'm in Oakland at the time. Ooh, so I'm away from, Pops. But then the season is over and I got to go back home. I'm like, oh, shoot. I got my ears pierced. So I go home and I'm just like, hey, Dad, like, how you doing? Like, I'm just trying to, and you just sit there giving me that look. The same look that you did. Oh, man. What is this nonsense you have in your ear? And I was taking knife and cut your ear.
Exactly.
But then after a while, my father was like, I understand now. Everybody, okay, it's part
my father learned the hard way.
Yeah.
Not without a fight.
Oh, of course. Why? So where does that come from? Do you think it comes from kind of just how you were born? Did you come out giving him a hard time?
Oh no, I was always a good girl. Okay. Until I wasn't.
Until you wasn't. What was the turn for you? What was the turn? Because it's fascinating as I'm reading your story and I'm kind of getting to know you.
When I was 20 years old, something iconic happened in my life that was like this can happen? Okay, well, let's go then. You know what I mean? It wasn't a good thing. And it's personal. It's personal, okay. But it was very like, someone can do this and get away and it's fine.
Was it crack?
They totally missed it.
No. But so it was something.
It was something. It was something, and it was. If you want to know what it was, read my book. Korra is Alive. It's on Amazon right now.
Okay, all right.
Igbo woman, no, they carry business play. I love fish out. I love fish out. She said, if you want to know what happened, go and read my book. And that's just, well, for those that to fly past their head, that's another thing we say. If you're business savvy in Nigeria, we always, because the Igbos are always good in business and everything. Like, they see opportunity everywhere, where any other person, any other tribe don't see opportunity. In Nigeria, the Igbos are always the first to see opportunity in everything. So it's like a common thing that we would say, if you just talk something about, business, something where we're trying to say something that's like, hey, you're not thinking like an Igbo person. So yeah, that's why I said Igbo woman, she don't throw that word in. So she told them to go get the book. And from getting the book, they would know because she wrote about it in her book. She referenced that thing that happened to her when she was 20 years old. So if the both of them goes to Amazon and read up, they'll get that.
That's a good plug right there. That's a good plug. So
right now.
So I know we got our ears pierced. I got mine at 25.
Yeah.
What age did you get yours pierced?
So we went to a cult-like church.
What kind of
church? It's cult-like
church.
Okay.
It's like you can't watch TV. You can't have a laptop. The only information you're provided is the outline from the pastor, which is all the readings of the week and all of that. And you can't, basically, this is like a cult. That's what I grew up in. So I couldn't have my ears pierced as a girl until I don't know. When I was 13, my mother had died. My father's eyes were washed.
You see this too much restricting just certain things that are just normal, like watching TV. What? Like, there is no way. The point I'm trying to make, I cannot even go into church matana. The point I want to make is, if you over restrict children or a group of person or group, once they see that freedom, they will go wild, they will go gaga. And that's exactly what we see with Korra, growing up in that settings and not being allowed to do. And you will notice that even in universities, you will notice that the wildest girls and boys are always the children of the pastors. You would be you would totally be blown away. Like, yeah, yo. I remember an incident that happened where how we used to have all these people that are schooled in Nigeria, and those off campus, they have all these buildings where you can rent if you don't want to stay in the hostel. And most times in the universities, the hostels are nothing to write home about. So people always rent apartments close to the school, so you can just easily go into school for your lectures, lessons, and classes and things like that. So, during the weekend, sometimes not everybody travels back, or most people are coming from far. So you just stay off, kids sitting, and these are big, big buildings with several rooms too. So it's a lot of students. People just sit together. I remember one incident where I didn't know who that person is, because she didn't live in that particular building where we were staying, and we're just chilling. And the next thing, she just came in, knowing somebody. She had a friend there, came in, and it was the morning, weekend. Everybody was just sitting outside talking. People that were washing clothes, doing all those things that students would do. The kind of things that this person was taking. The next thing, she just fell down, passed out. And I was just sitting down looking at this person. And the moment when she was taking all these things, I was like, where is this girl coming from? That's the first thing that came to my mind. After this person started pouring water, we started pressing and resuscitated this person. I was so pissed. I'm like, so you're just going to come from wherever you're coming from to come here now? That we're just all here minding our business, and this is where you want to come and faint? And after 10 years, if something had happened, the police would have arrested everybody in this building. You don't even live here. And then somebody said, do you know that that's a daughter of a pastor? So you will always notice that these are things she will not be able to do at home now. Now she's in the university. She wants to explore, fly. And I'm just using this as an example to what Korra is actually explaining here. When people are over restricted, don't be surprised when you see them, you know, just flying and refusing to perch, refusing to land. And that's what we see with Korra in terms of her dressing, her lifestyle, the way she wants to live her life. And that's not going to change anytime soon, because for a very long time she couldn't do these things. Now that she can, there's no stopping her. That's just
like my pastor couldn't help my voice. I'm leaving this church. And so he left the church, and I was able to get my ears pierced at 13.
So you see?
Okay, so you got your ears pierced. Well, I'm sorry.
So you see, after her mother passed, that was when her father got upset and left the church. If her father did not leave, they would have all still been, members of that same church, and a lot will be restricted until they go to the university, and even that you still return home. So there's still a little bit of, it's when they get married and start living their lives, that's when they will not be able to live freely a little bit. So once that happened to Korra, where she lost her mom and her father left the church and started allowing them to at least maybe watch TV and do some other things, like she pierced her ears and all those things. What is making anybody to think that Korra is stopping anytime soon? It's not gonna happen.
Hear about your mom. How did your mom pass?
Cancer.
Cancer. Oh, sorry.
Same. It's leukemia. That's my mom.
My mom was I don't even know what her diagnosis was. I just know that my father he even got snake oil. Anything that could, she was eating soursop morning, afternoon, night. Anything that could help.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but just didn't work.
Yeah.
He did everything.
Yeah. How did that impact you at 13? Like that was the first person close to you, I'd imagine, that you experienced that.
Like
right?
I said, my mother was very strict.
Yeah.
So not having that structure really affected academics, affected, not watching TV and then being able to watch TV at 13.
Oh, it's like, that must have been like a jolt.
Wow.
That's amazing.
And not having anything but tutors, and not even being able to eat anything outside except what was produced by my mom. My mom made our yogurts from scratch. She fermented it herself.
Fermented yogurt. Oh,
yep.
Wow. Yeah, you know how to do it?
I know how to do it.
Okay. Do you do it?
Sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do it for content.
Everything for the gram.
I do it for content.
Everything for the gram.
But yeah.
Yeah, so
my mom was extra. So when she left, it was like a huge chasm. A hole is an understatement in our lives.
Yeah.
So we had to fill it up with something, That's when I started to dance. My father got married again. Okay. I started to watch TV. I saw Shakira for the first time in my life.
Shakira?
Was it awesome? Was it? Oh, yeah.
What did you think when you saw Shakira? Like, what was it?
Human.
You couldn't believe it?
Is that what got you into dancing?
Absolutely.
Shakira. Yo, so were you a TV family?
Yeah,
we were huge TV. We watched TV.
Yeah, we were a TV family
all the time.
Yeah, but we had to hide though. We had to hide because my dad didn't like us watching TV.
Really?
So there's always like 6 of them would watch, and then one had to be the watch out person, and we would rotate the watch out person.
Oh,
so it was
really?
Always but you're always like just sitting there. But if you messed up, because sometimes my dad will park on the side. And
yeah, of course, if you are from a Nigerian family, you know that TV like some persons might not understand this, like why do parents a Nigerian parents wants you to go to school, read your book, be the best student, graduate, become a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, anything, just something big, so they can be moving around and people will be calling them mama doctor, papa lawyer. Do you understand? Those titles are very important, that they have all their kids are graduates, PhD, HHD, HHQ. These are you get like they can just sit somewhere and say, oh, this child is going to the moon, the other one is going to the star, the other one is like that bragging right, like, yes, I have a doctor, I have a lawyer, I have a nurse, I have a pharmacist, I have it is very important. So watching TV, they know, will never get you those certificates. So they want you to go read your book at all times. Okay. And if there's anything to play, you go outside and play a little bit and then come back and continue your studies. And, you know, you also have chores you have to do. You have to be hardworking. And there's just no time for TV. You know, once in a while, like, you know, they can allow to watch a little bit, but that little bit is not always enough for kids. So people always hide and watch the TV anyway. And you get flogged sometimes too. So you just deal with it, because most times you watch that TV and then they get back. If you are very unlucky, the TV is not cold yet. The back is still warm from the TV running for some time. So yeah, they will know that somebody touched it. In those days when they can lock it, they used to lock it. So you can't even access it.
And you know, and then he'd be walking, and it's too late, and he could hear from outside 7 people running upstairs, and you could hear it. And my dad would just come down. You guys think you are sleek. You are sleek. Touch the back of the TV. It's hot. You touch the back of the TV.
My parents let us watch TV. Oh, yeah, my pops watched a lot of news. My father was a news guy. That's why I know all the newscasters, from the Walter Cronkites to the Ted Koppels to the... My mother was a big comedy watcher in the old school movies, like black and whites. And she would quiz us on, who's that? Yeah. Well, that's Clark Gable. So my parents, we always got to watch TV. Except at certain times, do your homework, blah, blah, blah. But we, fortunately, got to watch.
It's great for your career.
It's amazing. What? Yeah. And when I became a comedian, they were like, I thought you were going to do psychiatry. Go to medical. I said, you all are the ones that watch all this comedy stuff. And, you know, my Uncle Steve would make us watch, like, routines from Bob Hope and all these other. Yeah, so I was like,
that's crazy to see, like, to even think that, like, that type of experience in like the comedy and how it kind of led you into your super career.
Yeah.
And then for you, you're experiencing TV for the first time, and shortly thereafter, you're now a Nollywood child star. Like, how did that happen? How did you go from that to like going into acting as a young kid?
So, like I said, when my mom died, it was like a life shift. We changed where we were living, and we went to the Hollywood Center. I'm talking Surulere, Lagos.
All right.
They know my story. That's Surulere. So my mother had sons who were into like Nollywood. They were like the guys who would do like the little movies, sell to the distributors, promoters in Alaba, and those ones would share it. So, you know, if they do a movie here, it's in Tanzania. You know, they have their local ways of distribution. You know what I mean? So these were the guys, the ground guys. So one time they needed a child. There was no child on set.
When you listen to Korra, you can tell how talented she is. She started from small, and you see this thing that Korra talked about here is just the fact. Brenda Peace, welcome. Queen. Thank you so much for joining. Thank God your voice is coming back gradually. Exactly, this time around, I don't even like. I was totally knocked out. Now I can even talk for a little bit. Oh, completely. But I think it's because of the season. I think that's what I think. I think because the spring, you know, I think that's why I got this code, and it really held me down for as long as. Thank you. So you see this thing with Cora talked about acting, so you can tell that she started early, you know, to start doing this acting and trying hands on, and that's another good thing. There's just certain positions you'll be put on, and you have to practice and try things out, you know. And sometimes you just do them to get out of trouble also. So I remember when we were in high school, we just like to just chill on our own, you know. We just want to not be always where everybody is, and that used to get us into trouble a lot. So I remember when they would do this send forth for what are they called, sometimes for corpers that came to the secondary school to teach, and for those coming from college of education also, to, you know, teach for a few months or so and then go back, you know, teaching practice is called in Nigeria. And we just don't want to be bothered with this, they are sent forth, whatever, because most times you're always having issues with these people. Like, they always, you know, stressing the heck out of whatever. So you just want to stay somewhere else. And I remember so many times where we don't want to be in the hall, And then somehow they will now notice that some people are missing and they'll not go find them. Then immediately you get there, we're like, yo, what are we going to do? Because now you're in trouble. Everybody's supposed to be in the hall while they do this send forth. So what we used to do is right there, immediately we were practicing the drama that we're going to present. We want to present this nice drama for them to say thank you. We have not rehearsed nothing. We were not rehearsing anything. We just didn't want to be bothered with that. So now you have less than 30 minutes to cook up something and go and present for the whole school. And each time, somehow, I don't know how we were always able to nail it. They're like, okay, you people are ready. Okay, all right, we're giving you people, we'll go and set everything, and you people get ready, and we're calling you people out in the next 20 or 30 minutes. And like, yo, and now that's when we're now preparing the story. You will be the fan, you will be this, you will be the this, you will be the that. And we've already made up a story, and we will finish presenting it, and the whole school will be clapping. You didn't know that thing was not something that was rehearsed. We didn't prepare. We didn't go to any school to learn how to be actors or whatever, just to get out of trouble. You have to just be smart enough to be able to get into character. So I totally also can relate to Korra talking about this movie thing.
Funaya, come, Funaya, me she come. Before you know it, I'm on set.
And so you hadn't had any formal training or anything?
Absolutely not.
It just was
the only thing I did was some church dramas, but that was it.
Yeah, drama,
and then I was on set, and I did Lumbo Boys, and I was doing the Nollywood movies.
Absolutely, she is unstoppable.
You're angry now. Somebody just did it. That's it. You know,
scripts, there are no signs.
And I feel like this is one of the reasons why we just have some amount of people beefing her online, because they really cannot understand how she does so many things at the same time, and she is good at it. You know how some people will have to put their career or some things they really want to do at the back burner because okay, they're a parent, they have something else, just something going on, or doubting themselves, not believing so much in themselves. So I feel like those set of people seeing Korra doing all of these things, and some of the things that Korra is doing today might be what they wanted to do, but they are not just bold enough, they've not gotten themselves to that level where they're like, okay, I'm going to do this. And it makes them to, instead of them to check themselves and draw inspiration from this person, instead they would start hating on her, beefing her, insulting her, calling her names and all of that. But she's a very strong, talented woman that is doing her thing, and she doesn't care what anybody has to say about anything, and she's doing well for herself. She is. The ex that is even screaming and screaming and screaming and saying all manner of, you can see that he's not half what, like he's not nothing compared to her success, life experience, wisdom, knowledge. He's nothing compared to Korra, so you can actually understand why he is very bitter.
Meisner technique.
Took your biscuit.
That's exactly what it is.
I watched a documentary on the beginning of Nollywood when it started, like the 80s. Yeah. And it's so great because now you look at Nollywood, third largest movie industry behind America, and you can see these guys when they first started. These guys were like shooting when, without the permission of the government. They would just go, so we wait for the police to go, and then we go, okay, go.
Even when the police goes, you have to deal with area boys.
Exactly.
What are area boys?
The area boys are the people that own the space.
Oh, and then you got to pay them a little
They've been here before you came. So
boys,
how you just come and shoot here? So if you want to have peace, you go and...
Matching ground money is very important. You see that matching ground? That matching ground money is very important, okay? If you're not a Nigerian and they say that matching ground, people are always confused. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean matching ground? Like, yes, I'm stepping on the and what is that? Like, you have to pay for it. What? Yeah. So yes, those street boys, you have to always settle them before you do anything. in certain areas of town, or else it will not be successful.
Give the area boys. I'm talking $100.
Yeah, $100 or
the security everywhere, clear, calm, cool. But you see that $100, if you don't give it, you will regret your life. Your camera will be broken.
Yeah,
they will destroy you.
Oh, so it's
there's no money. You have to give area boy.
Yeah. Oh.
You look for the dawn, you look for their head, and you settle them. They call settlement.
How do you know where they are? Like, they just hanging out?
You will find out when you
Oh, you know.
You just turn on the camera, you see them. Like raptors.
What are you shooting?
Hello, now we there, they crazy. Give me my love. You gotta give them. And they will take care of you. I used to have one area boy on my side. My area guy, my guy. That time when I wanted to start music, I have to go to the club. That's where if you don't go to the club, no blog will carry you. So you go to the club, you stand outside, you take the picture with the different TV stations, upcoming artists in Lagos. It's not a small sport. It's for the strong.
Yeah, for sure.
So my estate, they close the gate at 10. So if you sleep, if you're there 10:01, you're not sleeping in your house. So I had one guy, my guy, I'll never forget him. So I took his number. When I'm strolling back by midnight, how far he did? Oh, why could they wake me? I beg, let me open gate. The guy will open gate, I'll give him 500, 1,000, 500. The last time I went home, I saw him.
These are just little things that prepares you as a Nigerian. When you go out there, you're able to just succeed. When people struggle with certain things as a Nigerian, sometimes we can't relate, and people like, this is very stressful. And you're like, this is stress, the kind of things that other people see and perceive as stress and as something that drives them out of their mind. So it's something that the Nigerian would just look at you and like, okay, this is what you people call stress. All right, we understand, okay? And not just the Nigerian, I think an African can actually relate in most cases. The kind of things that the rest of the world consider stressful is not what an African sees as stress. It's just like, okay, all right, this is like a normal day. And these things will just prepare you. And Korra is very right. Breaking into the industry, it's not easy. It is not easy. You have to be out there. And you see these artists, in those days, the DJs were, they were like demigods, You don't want to offend the DJ. Like, you will get, you like being, knowing how to be close to DJs and things like that will really get you walking. Okay, it will really, really get you walking if you're in the entertainment, industry. So for mostly them, people that are singing, they will always have to go, to nightclubs, to bars, to find the DJs that play music there. So to see how you can give them something, they can slot your CD. If you're lucky, your song plays that night. So they are always out there hustling and things like that. So Korra is spot on.
Still there.
You have to be out.
Still there,
my guy. I settled him very well. Nice one. But yeah, he's still there.
How many times you have to pay him?
Took care of me. Yeah. This one time, I was driving and my car tire busted, and it was night. I was like, Jesus, because I know my phone is gone, so I first put that one inside my I first get that one. Next thing you know, the boys came as far. Hey, what's happened, Mama? How far now? I knew they were about to steal, so I just put my phone and they helped me. They will help you, but a few things will be missing.
Wow.
So next thing you know, I was like, where's my purse now? Where's my purse? I don't carry my purse. Which kind of thing? So give me what's it, Grace? I just saw him. He was there. He fought for me. The same guy
came out of nowhere. Oh, so he's like your knight in shining armor, huh?
Literally.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
I
will save you. I'm her guy.
No, but the thing is, people look at them and they're like, oh, just find your own guy. Settle your guy.
Yeah. Once you settle your guy, you're good.
Settle your guy.
So how long did you do the child acting for?
Oh, Not so long, and I wouldn't even say it was like a career. I'll say it's like show up and shoot. Because my brothers
Do you
were
get
like,
paid for that?
no,
You don't.
not me.
Oh,
Maybe my brothers, maybe my elder brothers, but I never
it's
got
not
a penny.
funding. There's no funding, right?
I never got a penny. It was like
yeah, just
do it.
Yeah.
Just sharpening your skills. Now I'm not paying them for all the.
Absolutely. That's one thing that people will never understand. A lot of people will never understand. I don't. It's not a fair. Somebody should get something. But starting out in the entertainment industry, it just goes across. Whether you're a singer, whether you're a dancer, you are a model, whatever you are doing, movies, as you're starting out, you will do a lot of gigs, a lot of jobs that you will not be paid for. Okay, I remember when we started modeling, you had to go buy this high heel, shoes that you will use for training. Okay, and when you're doing these catwalks, sometimes they will just put you people in a place that is not, the you have to go catwalk in places where the floor is not even and things like that, and you can easily ruin your heels. So the heels that you use for training, you have to have at least more than one heel for training. I'm talking about like when you're rehearsing, practicing and all of that. And the reason why they do that is because sometimes people will go for this and the stage, the runway, sorry. It's not, you have to calculate your steps, or else you fall down or you break your leg, you dislocate your ankle or something. So from you having more than a certain number of, you have other things you have to do. Okay, so nobody has money to go and be buying heels, or when you're in school and everything else you have to do with money. But you have to have this set of heels that you use for your catwalk for training. Then you have to have the main colors of, you have to have the black, the gold, the silver, at least for when you people are going on the runway when there's a show. So all of these things, and you paying transportation from point A to point B for training all the time, to taking yourself to where you people are having this fashion show. When you're starting out, a lot of the times you don't even get paid. Okay, if anything is being given, and if you're working with an agency, depends on, sometimes the agency keeps everything. Okay, they keep everything, they don't give you anything, and they're like, you should be happy, you see yourself on this, you see yourself on that. If you're lucky to do one of these gigs and shoots, sometimes even in, you see yourself in magazines, and people are like, oh, I saw you on this, and they're like, oh, people are busy hyping and hailing you, not knowing that you were not paid. So when you're starting out, of course, you will do a lot of gigs for free. Korra is correct. Okay, yes, I did a lot of runway shows that I was not paid. But one thing I love about it is that it gives you an opportunity, because sometimes as you're walking, you from one show, people are spotting you, people are, my first magazine, this thing I did, it was from a runway, where they're like, oh, look at her, yes, this is the we were looking for this, and they're like, tomorrow we're shooting, like, it was just finishing a show, then tomorrow we were doing a photo shoot for a magazine, and that was just, I was seen on the runway, and I was picked from the runway to go do that gig. So these are the opportunities you get. Then as you're going, you now get to the point where after your show, money will not start, small things will not start entering your hand, you understand? But yes, you have to first sacrifice and pay that price of working and doing shows that you will not be paid for. So Korra is spot on that one. I can also relate.
Acting classes they gave me, it was like acting.
Was there the directions?
Yeah,
Your acting classes. I just wondered there, because you were saying Meisner. Yeah. There's Meisner. There's Stella Adler. There's Stanislavski. Yeah. I've read all the different books. There's different styles of acting, but I would like to know, like, is there a Nigerian style? I wonder. There's the Juku style. What about now?
There's some veterans. Really? There's some veterans that teach. Jack and Sylvia. There are a lot of women and men who teach veteran Nollywood, and they're always method actors.
That's great.
So, like, you can do one film and you need like 5 years of therapy because of how much you got into that character. Like they're so cutthroat with it. They throw themselves inside the character. It's crazy.
Wow.
For very little to nothing, but they'll give you the best.
So what is when you look at the kind of the arc of Nollywood, where it kind of started back in the tape days to kind of where it's become like what he was talking about, this global giant in streaming. How have you seen that change with pay, with the way the actors are, like, because Nollywood is a thing. It's a big thing now. Like
the streaming is a huge part of the advancement of Nollywood. However, I wouldn't say that there's a correlation with the prices that people are still paying. Like, you're still being offered what your people were offering back in the day. Someone can still call you for a shoot and offer you 100K. It's
well, right now, Korra, it is way, way better. Okay, right now some of them are really earning very well in Nollywood. But yeah, in those days, generally the industry was something else. But they like that's why I feel like the OGs in Nollywood, they really deserve something. That's why when I feel like lately you see the new faces, I get it, new faces and everybody. I feel like those OGs, those of them that are still alive and still able to work, I think they should be given the opportunity so they can make more, because in those days they didn't make much, but they gave it their best. Okay, they entertained us. They went from the way Nollywood grew. leave it it's people sweat. Okay, sleepless nights, and you don't, but yeah, most definitely right now they are doing way better. The actors right now are earning better than what the OGs, the people that started, were earning.
$100,000.
Not $100,000.
100K naira.
Oh, okay. That's what
$100,000.
No.
How much is $100,000?
Like a $50.
$50
for a whole film.
Yeah, for a whole film.
For a feature film.
Oh, I mean, you just keep taking it up.
It's a feature.
$50.
And they want you to be in the forest. Some mosquito will bite your life. And you've been, and they will only offer you.
Wait, what's the advantage?
That's how you know that it's the love
of doing that. Like,
you're getting famous. You get
pride in Nigeria.
And the thing about it, the visibility is what's
crazy.
Need.
Yeah.
It's not just about getting famous, but for a lot of people, it was about what you love doing. Because sometimes you will notice that some of these things you want to do, parents or family members might not even necessarily agree to what you are doing. You understand? But later on you keep pressing, you keep pushing, you understand. Then at some point they start to understand, like, okay, this is what he or she loves doing, let's just allow. So I think for most people that started this whole thing, it was because they loved it and they kept on going. Even though their parents, their family would wish that they did something else, they just continued on this path. So that's why some people were not really bothered that they were not being paid. It wasn't a thing, for us, making that cut, going for screening and being one of the models that are picked to hit that runway. That's something. Like, you're going home, the excitement, that you will hit that runway, and after the show you will not be paid. But for you, you don't care. You want to hit that runway because you know that if you go out there and give it your best, you will come out and it's like, yo. Do you understand? So there is always an opportunity. There is always an opportunity there. Once you hit that runway, you're like, yes, the next thing is coming. Because people are watching, people are taking notes of who's doing what look they want to go for, and all of that. So yeah, man, it's not about the money. If you really, really love what you do, it's not about the money. I remember creating content. Some of the people like, why some of your channels are not even monetized and you people just keep pumping out content? It's because we love to give analysis. Like, we see something going on, we want to talk about it. It's not about the money. It's just that we love just creating content. Me personally, I love creating content. Coming here, sitting, talking to you people, it's amazing. So if you love something, you really, really love something, you will keep putting in your best, even if you're not seeing anything yet. But most definitely it will pay off later on. That's the beauty of these things.
You need that because once you say, okay, I've done all these things for free, 100K, 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 you're becoming a name on the streets. Then you open your own YouTube channel, people are subscribing because you're already becoming big.
Gotcha.
You
So
know
it's
what I
kind of
mean?
like the price to
Exactly,
pay.
it's a price. You have to pay.
There's always a price
I did plenty
to pay.
100K work.
Even less than 100K.
You do the 100K
You
work.
will do it.
You know, instead of going to acting school, you do 100K work.
Okay, so that's that's a real life experience.
You have
Instead of going to acting school, you're taking real experience.
You're taking 100K work.
That's not a bad deal. Because instead of paying for acting classes, you're getting paid to take acting classes.
And the thing is, it will force you to become, because when you're whack, people will laugh in your face on set. You don't forget the line. They will make your life a living hell. You will become very good very fast.
Did you have fun? You had fun doing it though. Was it fun?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that it was.
The hours were. Woo.
It's still my love. My love is dancing and music.
Okay.
So I did that for a little bit, but then I was on theater. I was in Saro the musical. I was on stage, Broadway type, Nigerian Broadway.
Wait, in Nigeria you were in a
Saro the musical.
This is new to me. I'm like, oh wow.
Wait, when
Kalakuta Girls.
Yeah, when did that happen? When did the dancing stuff happen?
It's a little like before I came to Nigeria, before I started to travel, before I came to America.
Before you came to America, okay. So that you were doing the dancing then?
Yeah, I was doing dancing, singing, theater.
I didn't know
like a thespian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you need to act, sing, and dance.
And it was called what? What was the play called?
The Saro, the musical.
The Saro. What's
Saro is
okay. I have to end this right here. Okay, it's 36 minutes into this. This is 2 hours interview. I don't want to give you all too much. I just wanted to come in here for us to have a little conversation. It's 1 hour 25 minutes because I'm reacting, pausing, and talking also in between. So 1 hour 25 minutes we've been here. But meanwhile, this interview we are at 36 minutes 57 seconds. Okay, and it's 2 hours long. Please go to 154 Africa. Just type that in on YouTube to go and watch and listen to this full interview that Korra Obidi did with 154 Africa. And podcast, wherever you consume your podcast, you can also type in 154 Africa and you will get them. They're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, they're on YouTube, they are everywhere. Anywhere you listen to your podcast, you can find them. Okay. Now, like I said in the beginning, if you're just coming, then you probably didn't hear me. When after Korra did this interview, people, there are people that are just out there to sabotage whatever Korra is doing. So even before this thing dropped, like since last week, people have been saying, "Oh, where is the interview she did? You see, they didn't release it because it was whack. She was disappointed. Does she sound disappointed? Does she look disappointed?" Okay, for those that will watch it on YouTube, then you will be able to see it. So please go and listen to this podcast. It's 2 hours long and you will not be bored for 1 second. Okay, the fun, their vibe, their energy, the questions that they asked Korra were all spot on and everything. So I would love for you people to go and catch up. Okay, so I'll see you all later. And there's just so much there's so much. One of Justin's I don't know if we're gonna cover that because I'm not seeing him post anything about that. Words on the streets. One of Justin's blogger is sleeping in Krikri prison in Nigeria for 2 days. And the one that was dragging Korra's family, dragging your biddies and talking so much. Yes, I think she's due for court. And yeah, so I think we will have a different conversation on that topic. Maybe. Let me see. Let me see. If I can do that today, but latest the weekend, I'll see if I can schedule something and we'll come here and we'll have that conversation. I've always told people blog with your brain. Don't say I'm creating content, I'm blogging, I'm this, I'm that. I can talk anyhow. No, if you go and say certain things, then you have to go to court to defend. So that's that for that. So I'll leave you all to go. Type in 154 Africa. Okay. 154 Africa. That's the name of their channel. And you will see the interview with Korra. Please listen to it, support. Okay. there's just too much people hating and beefing this woman for no just cause. Okay, she didn't do anything to them just because she married the wrong person, and here we are 4 years down the line, he's still busy dragging her like she owes him something. So thank you also very much. I will see you all later, and keep your eyes on that goal. Whatever you've made up your mind that this is what you're going to do, keep grinding. Don't give up. Okay. God bless you. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed week. May your week be fruitful. And I will see you all later today or tomorrow when we'll discuss the lady that is sleeping in jail. I'm laughing because it's funny. You just don't come out and start calling people's parents pedo, this, that, lying. Now it's time to prove it in court. So as that unfolds, we would cover that on a different live stream. So I'll see you all later. Bye for now. God bless you. Thank you all for coming.